Welcome everyone, I'm Father Joe Allen of Panama City, Florida, and you're watching Depression Hurts. In today's video, we're going to expose depression, the tool of terrorism. In the global war on terror, a few words from the past ring true. The old communist, the Red Man himself, Nikita Khrushchev, come to mind. He once said in public, "We will bury you," meaning the Americans, without even firing a shot. He says, "We'll terrorize your children." The undermining of using such sheer terror is unthinkable. Now, a series of coordinated attacks, say in Paris, the United States, and other countries, cost hundreds and hundreds of lives. Just for example, a gunman recently struck, claiming the lives of 27 hostages at random. A mass shooting in California, another one in Texas, leaving 26 dead. Finally, the mother of all mass shootings was carried out before this in Las Vegas, when some 59 people were killed. Recently, the attack on pedestrians in New York City. An ISIS maniac in a truck recently ran over many Americans in the Big Apple as they stood and walked on that city's streets innocently. All terror attacks have a major impact on the health and well-being of millions of men, women, boys, and girls. Expert psychologists and counselors study the complexity of terroristic fears and how adversely fear scars the human mind. No wonder post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, increases after such mass murders occur. And reports show over 515 innocent bystanders at a recent outdoor concert were injured, with 59 dead at least, alone in Las Vegas. My heart cries out in anger over this. Terrorists think that they can render America hopeless and helpless. Well, I've got news for those blinking idiots. It's not going to work. America the beautiful. I don't know how you feel about Old Glory, our flag, but I wore a military uniform for at least 7 years to protect America, and I love Old Glory. Long may she wave. Symptoms of PTSD include such as flashbacks, terroristic nightmares, and intrusive thoughts on everyone. People instinctively avoid these things, reminding them of butchering trauma in efforts of feeling better. In a 2005 London study in the United Kingdom, people reported a negative view on their life in the world, battling terror. 31% of first responders reported a marked elevation in stress levels among them, while 32% said they intended to travel less. A residual level of worry was still obvious, despite the immediate effect of attacks dwindled months after the aftermath of 9/11. I'll never forget that. 2,000 to 3,000 adult Americans suffered and died. More than that. Now, elevated PTSD can come by just watching terroristic news reports on the TV. The terrorists have won one half the battle, they claim, by upsetting everyone. Well, they can get me upset, but I still love America, and I'll fight for her. Now, effects are created where people see and relive terroristic attacks. In the newspapers, magazines, television, radio media. Fear changes human behavior, at least temporarily, but keep in mind, we all react differently. For example, the airline industry suffered major economic losses after 9/11, as a large number of the workers were laid off. The stock market falls. The impact is terrible. The underlying sense of fear can linger for multiple years in people's minds following attacks. In the context of being angry over terrorism, we develop a larger sense of control. Isn't that wonderful? That is as far as feeling optimistic goes. When fear can serve to build human resilience, many people cannot feel 100% optimistic. Now, what ISIS and other maniac terroristic groups are counting on is the paradox of the fear inspiring negativity among innocent American victims. Remember the World Trade Center towers on 9/11. Not only over 3,000 died, but 150,000 jobs were lost. $100 billion in economic losses occurred. In the studies about the first responders, the rescue and recovery workers, prevailing PTSD symptoms were 22% among the now retired firefighters. And now this is 6 years at least following the horrific trauma occurred. This study was occurred 6 years after 9/11. Now, some of the most serious injuries among those being on the floors above the plane impact zone. Also, the dust clouds resulting from the towers collapsing created unbelievable horror, even among children 4 to 7 years old. Can you imagine that? 18 of them had PTSD, 18% rather, PTSD victims among the children. Now, you see, terrorists don't have any remorse. They want to kill us. And they're evil. They're the devil. They call us the devil. Well, they're the devil. They think if they die in a holy war, what they describe as a holy war, they're going to have 72 virgins in heaven. The only thing they're going to get is 72 angry Virginians taking it out on them. A friend of mine once quit. The good news is you and I do not have to be defeated and downtrodden. God is greater than any cowardly terrorist so-called religious group. Turn your life over to Jesus Christ, and He will fill your path with light enough so you can see the way out of terrorism, victoriously living. After you do this, if you still have problems mentally, you need to seek out a Christian therapist through talk therapy, talking things out and bringing them out in the light. You can face them and overcome them. You'll find victory over fear. If you have a prayer request, you're invited to call me on my 24/7 crisis phone. The number is such: 1-419-860-5561. I'll repeat that. 1-419-860-5561. It's for you to use without charge at any time. Well, we've reached the end of today's session. So until next time, I'm Father Joe Allen, praying, may the good Lord bless and keep you and give you peace.